Hello, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. Angela Wolf here, Brother Brand Ambassador, and I'm so excited to see you. So, question for you. How was your Valentine's Day? Did you go out? Did you stay home? Did you hang out with your cat? Or did you go meet friends? I'm just curious. So, it's so nice to see you. And yes, at your side virtually, we're live in the chat today. As you all know, I'm on a boat somewhere with a brother dealer. So Alexis and I recorded this before Valentine's, so we're just chatting away. Wait till you see her project. Although it would have been great for Valentine's, it'll still be good for today. So, all right, everyone, say hi, say where you're from, and let's welcome Brother Educator Alexis. Alexis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was chuckling every time I said your name last time. My little machine over here keeps going off, so I've turned everything off. So now it's officially you are Alexis.
It's me. I'm the one. Well, mine might say something, but we never know.
So I kind of gave a little teaser. You're working on something really cute that could perfect for spring, perfect for fall, perfect for winter, and I even think in the summer when it's a cool night. So what do you got for us today?
So we are going to be working on a beanie, a scarf, and a pair of gloves. Now, I did a test stitch out, and I would typically show you all, but I kind of want you all to stay through and see the whole thing come together.
Oh yeah, we'll make them wait till the end so they know everything that's coming. So now I'm pretty excited because nobody has shown the machine you're on for so long. This was like the big rave last year from Brother, and it's kind of been moved on to new things, and we kind of forgot about her.
Well, you cannot forget about my favorite now. This one, oh my gosh, my 680W, I can do so much on it. Probably my favorite feature of it would be like the 2-point position, because that alleviates all of my positioning problems. So I can hoop anything crooked and then get it to correct itself with that 2-point positioning feature. And it even shows it in real time on the screen. As soon as I hit set, it goes whichever way I need it to go.
Wow. That is one of the slickest things ever. And so now we get to see more of that today, I hope.
Yes.
Well, I'll let you take it away. And since we're live in the chat with questions, I might still interrupt you if there's anything that I think the Brother fans would like to know.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras to put my favorite, as we already called her, on the screen.
All right. Sounds good. So while Alexis is getting her machine set up, again, you can still ask your questions. We won't be answering them live, but the social team is live in the chat. And it's so nice to see you all. And oh, I see that beautiful machine. So just out of curiosity, how many of you have this machine? Or is it on your bucket list? There you go. We got you up here, Alexis.
All right, good deal. So, and another thing I did not mention, y'all, I love to use like my specialty hoops. So you can use your 4x4 or your 5x7 that comes with your machine, but I am going to be using the magnetic ones today. You will probably know that any project I do, if I can get them on my magnetic frames, I will do it on there. So that's going to be a good treat. I'll show you how to use that for the scarf and for the beanie. And then another special smaller hoop for my gloves. All right. So first, let's start off. I'm just going to take my magnets off of the machine here, set them to the side. Be careful, because if they get close enough to each other, they will, the magnets will attract them to each other. I'm going to start off with a mesh stabilizer, because we are doing this on quite a big scarf here. And I've already marked some placement here, and let me know. Let's see, maybe I'll get a little closer so you can see what's going on here.
Yeah, that looks good.
We're good there? Okay. So I've already marked my placement. I did do a little cheating. So I marked my placement with a water-soluble marker. And the beauty of these hoops, I get to do it two ways. Either lift up here and slide right underneath, or sometimes I'll just take it and slide both of them in together. All right, see how I just put my stabilizer on behind there? Slide it right on up, and in we go. Okay. And once we get that into place, hold up here. Okay. Now, if you notice, if you have these already at home, you probably can look at it and see where your center notches. It's going to be some prominent, I guess you would call it like protrusions on the top part where it lets you know where the center is. But remember I said we can, let's do that. Let's hoop it a little crooked so that we can use our 2-point position. All right, good to go. Does anybody else do that? I like tap my stuff when I'm working on it. I'm like, okay, good job.
Like you're petting it? I love that.
So I'm gonna back up some because I want you to see the magic of the machine. Uh-oh, I gave you all a little hint. Let's go back home. I want you to see the magic of the machine and how I'm going to use that 2-point position feature. All right, so I'm going to go find my design first and then touch set. All right, and the size, I want to make it a little bigger. I'm using my 4x4 hoop, so I want to take up all the space that I can. I'm going to use my repositioning, proportional repositioning, and then go up until, let's see, a little cheat sheet that I use at the top of the screen here. If you don't see the smaller 4x4 illuminated in white with the crosshair in it, that means you can't use that size. So I went down one more size until it brought it back up. I'm going to touch OK. Edit in. Let's see, I want to rotate it also. And once I get to the end of there, oh, I did that kind of fast. Let me show you. So you see this square with the crosshair in the middle? That's going to be your 2-point position magic. And then I want to use my bottom center because I've already marked that. And then I marked a horizontal line, so I'm going to use that horizontal line to go left and right. So the first one is going to ask me to match up with my center. And it's going fairly slow. You can have it go fast, medium, or like turtle speed. All right, and then the next one is asking me to match up with my bottom portion of the line because I did a horizontal line. So I'm going to take my arrow and position it right on top of there. And then touch set. All right, so that's what I thought would happen. It says it extends outside of the pattern area. That's an easy fix. I'm just going to move this down. So I still want to keep this the same size. Let's see. Let's hold that here. When I say move it down, I mean I'm going to move my stabilizer and my scarf. Just a little bit.
I love that little hoop, the way you can slide it around. That's really cool, Alexis.
Yes. It's like a little, it's a little game changer here. All right. And I like to couple mine with my my little extender table. I'll show you that in just a moment. If you've noticed me, I like to play with all the little tools, every little tool that I have available to me. I'm a gadget girl.
Oh, look at how easy that magnetic hoop is. So I just have to give a little shout out there. All the brother fans love seeing all the tools that you're showing, by the way, but that is really cool. And I'd love to see in the comments their thoughts on this because that's pretty fat. You just hooped that so quickly.
I really did. And I may have done it too quickly for myself. All right, there we go. But I'm glad that happened because then that can show you how easy it's like, oh no, that's too far over. Let me just take off this and scoot it right back over. Like there's no going wrong with these hoops, to be honest. All right. All right, now I'm just looking for that little cross area. And then next we're going to take it down to this piece. This thing just does not want to love me today. All right, so that's how it would do. I tell you what, there is more than one way to do this, and I am good at it. So I'm going to take it back down some more on the size. I was trying to get it the biggest size that we could get for it, but I'm going to do the one thing that I tell everybody to do when things don't seem to want to go right. Just start over really quickly.
That butterfly is beautiful.
The butterfly is really pretty. And with the color choices that I decided on, oh my goodness. All right, so same thing. We're going to do center, center. And I sped through that because we talked through it the first time. So I think we'll be good with this one. It's a little smaller. Well, I'm going to need people to put in the chat to tell me if they have to start things 1 or 2 times again. Because I can't be the only one out here.
I have had that happen when I get pretty excited. I'm using a smaller hoop because I want to save on stabilizer. And then I go to move it where I want it to go and it says move to a bigger hoop. And I'm like, I don't want to.
Oh, no. It's because I was trying to be too cool. That's the problem. I was trying to show off so much, but the concept is still the same. We'll just say we're showing everyone how to stay cool under pressure, right?
Absolutely. If something's going to happen, it's during the live. We know that.
Yeah, we totally meant to do this. All right, so now what I'm doing, I did go ahead and manually put it in there. And now we're ready to select our colors. All right. So I have already decided that I want it to be a combination of browns, pinks, and grays to go on this cream color. It's kind of like my favorite colors to go on there. So currently, I don't have those colors in the right place. So I'm going to manually use my wand. That's one of the number one questions I get asked when I'm on the road at the shows. How do they change the colors without having to move everything around and rethreading? This little wand right here at the bottom, it's like a little, little magic trick. So I'm going to touch it, and then instead of it stitching on number 1, I actually want that to stitch on number 6 because that's where I have my brown. Then we'll go down to the next one, and let's let that be pink. So pink is on my number 1 spot. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. And then number 3, that's going to be like a gray. That's on the number 5 spot. I'm going to touch OK. And then now we're ready to stitch. One thing I am going to do beforehand, though, is add a piece of water-soluble stabilizer because we are using this, this knit scarf. You can do 2 things. You can either take your magnets off and slide it under there. Well, 3 things, actually. Or you can tape it down. Sometimes I tape it down. But for today, I'm going to see, I believe it'll just start off pretty well right there. Okay. Once we're ready, we're going to touch lock and we're ready to go. It's only a 14-minute stitch out. I'm very comfortable stitching on 1,000 stitches per minute, so we'll be done in no time. And sometimes I'll just hold my stabilizer just for a moment to get it started. But once it gets going, we're good to go.
Now, this is the cool part for anyone who has not actually used a multi-needle machine. You don't have to stop and change your threads. Like, it just does it for you. You have it all threaded. It will go through as long as you don't have more than 6 on this machine. That part saves so much time.
I'm going to scoot a little closer to my computer because my machine, I missed all of that. There we go. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, so Alexis, I was just reminding everyone, for somebody who's never worked with a multi-needle before, hey, this machine is fast and you don't have to keep changing your threads. It'll just do the whole thing. You hit one button and you're good to go, unless you have more than 6 colors.
Absolutely. It's kind of like I like to say set it and forget it, but I still like to come back and check on it just in case.
Oh, yes, I do too. Because, well, especially during a live, because if it's going to go array, that's when it's going to go array. But All right, question for you, Alexis. I know a lot of people pop in a little bit later. Can you just give a quick recap of what stabilizer you used?
So I used a no-show mesh, like a mesh. And what I can do while that's stitching, I can switch back to my front camera and kind of show you the properties of it.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Okay, so I'm going to switch up.
While she's switching, she'll be right back here. So we're going to get a recap of what stabilizer she's using while that is embroidering. So here we go. All right, Alexis, I know because this is the question that always comes up. And even if we tell, I know a lot of people want a little more specifics. So
this one, and I'm using 2 sheets, and all I do is put it together. So when I cut it, it's like this, but I take it and I cross hatch it. Kind of like a cross hatch, and it makes it just a little bit stronger.
perfect.
And it's like a mesh. It's thinner, softer. It's looking good, you guys.
I love this. So Alexis, just while we're watching that stitch out, what is your absolute favorite thing to embroider? Because if you have that machine, you can embroider a lot.
Maybe patches. And because on this machine, I can do a patch outline, so I can make almost anything into a patch. I also like applique. That's the one thing I started off doing. So applique probably is going to be my first love.
Nice. So it told you on there how much time, and I'm just kind of giggling because I know when I do butterflies, it takes me a little while because I'm on the one needle and I got to keep changing the thread. How much time did this one even say it was going to take total?
So this one total, it was 14 minutes. We have 10 minutes left. It's only 3 color changes, so we're still on the brown. And what I can do, when it gets a little closer, we can zoom back in on that if you want to chat or however. But this one, the fact that I don't have to stop and change, it's a real 14 minutes. You know, on your single needle, it'll say 14 minutes, but I don't know if they account for the actual, thread change or bobbin change. And now that I think about it, I didn't change my bobbin beforehand. So we're playing bobbin roulette.
All right, fingers crossed.
Bobbin or thread roulette. You know what that is? So thread roulette is when you're down to your last little bit of thread and you're trying to make sure you make it through your project before you run out of thread.
I love that. The bobbin one, that one always gets me. And I'll be like, only have 4 more stitches. Do it a little bit more. Do it a little. No, it's all right.
I have done some really fun things to try to make my thread stretch in the past.
Oh, yeah. So while we're waiting for that, you were talking about another attachment that you like to use on your machine. What attachment is that?
So it goes right underneath, right on the arm, and it gives you a little more stability. It holds on to your, let's say you're using something that's pretty bulky or heavy. I like to couple it with my magnetic hoops because even though they're fairly lightweight, I just wanted to have more stability and take the pressure off of the arm, the back of the machine. So it slides in and out just like that. There's a nice little lever on the bottom, and that releases it.
I like that. So I know there's other multi-needle. It just slides right on. Let me bring you up here real quick. Okay. It just goes right under there, right? Yeah, nice. So Alexis, does that only work on the 6 needle or does it work on other multi-needles?
That works on all of the free arm machines. So your 10 needle, your 6 needle, and your single needle. So your PR1X or your Persona.
Wonderful. I think I know a lot of people that are watching right now that have one of those machines and might not have known about this attachment. So visit your brother dealer or give them a call. A lot of them have websites too. I don't know if they sell this one online, but you can contact them for sure.
It's a lifesaver.
I like that.
For sure. So let's check in on time. Oh, that was fast. So we're already down to 7 minutes. I'm going to check in on it really quickly.
All right.
Still looking good. It is still looking good. Do you all want to see a view of it over there?
Oh, sure.
I'll switch my camera. Now, since I didn't tack down my water-soluble stabilizer, it is curling. I've been watching it a little bit, but I didn't want to lose my positioning by sliding it underneath. So keep that in mind when we look at it.
Okay, perfect. So for those of you that are new to stabilizer, that water soluble is what she put on the top, and then the other pieces she showed you, she put on the bottom. There you go.
It just keeps it from sinking in with anything. So I use it a lot of times with anything plush, like towels. This has a good little plush to it, so it's soft. Like, I cannot wait. I'm not a fan of cold weather, but the breeze. The breeze is going to be good for this.
That's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, it is so cute. My daughter's home from, she just got home from school a little while ago, and something tells me she's going to want to take it from me. So I may have to take the second one after we're done.
You know, while we're watching that stitch out, I'm always thinking ahead for next Christmas, next winter, or I have a lot of family that have birthdays in the fall. And I think this would make such a great gift using monograms or anything like that. I love the butterfly, but what an easy project.
Yes, and I searched through the machine a couple times, and this was the first one that I saw, and I was like, well, let's see what else we have. And I wound up coming right back to this one because of the detail, and because when I shrunk it down to fit the beanie, it fit perfect too. So,
oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
So yes, I know somebody's going to ask, where did you find the design? It's built into the machine. But if you look at a lot of the Brother machines, they've got a lot of beautiful butterflies. And don't forget about the Art Spira app, because there's a ton of butterflies in there as well.
I looked on there too. I was torn. This was the top pick, but there were quite a few others that were close runner-up. All right, well, we're almost done. And luckily, I already did the beanie. So what I'll do is hoop that one the same way I did this one. I want to show you all something special that I did, because a lot of people have trouble with beanies and getting it right side up. So I want to show that for sure. But it's going to be the same exact design. And then I have something special to show you all for the glove. Is that all right if I just show you exactly how I did the beanie? And then with Perfect. The magic of a pre-stitch out, we go straight to the glove.
That sounds great.
Good. Okay. So we're almost done here. We only have 4 minutes left, and we're on our last color.
You know, I love that you're showing this again, because there's so many people that are interested in the multi-needle, or somebody who hasn't ever actually seen it in action. You notice she did not have to keep rethreading. It just knows. You have to tell the machine what colors you have in there, and then it just stitches. So I love this machine.
Exactly. And also, while the machine is doing all the hard work for us, I'm going to get a bobbin in my hand so that I can switch it out in between these two projects, because I know I can push it to the limit for this one, but let's just make sure. And I have my bobbins close by. There we go. Is it bad that I have to hold it in my hand the whole time, or else I forget?
We'd have to play I Spy, but I don't know if I'd see a bobbin over there. So I Spy is what we usually do to help you find it, but a bobbin would be a little tricky, Alexis.
So I found it, but I'm going to hold it so that I don't forget to change it. I was on here. I lost the little threader for my stellaire, you know, the small little metal piece that you use. Yes. I still have not found it.
Are you for the couching?
Yes, my little couching tool.
Well, Alexis, you're not the only one, because we've had quite a few live shows about that. And I think half the comments are people who have misplaced it, and then they end up going out to buy dental floss, because that seems to be the big winner.
That's what I heard too. I think dental floss there's something that's like, nope, we'll just market this to them because we know it. We know.
And yes, dental floss is not a Brother product, guys. You know that, but It works if you need it.
All right, we are, let's see, victories within the mile. We're almost there. The thing I like about it, by the time it's done, it looks like there was a lot of tedious pieces to it, but it's really not. It's a very straightforward, simple butterfly to stitch out. Perfect.
And when you're finished, when you take that off, be sure to show that stabilizer on the top for anyone who hasn't seen the water soluble topper to see what that looks like, because
yes,
it really shows up well there.
Yeah, I've done test stitch outs before where I did no stabilizer, no water soluble stabilizer, and then the next stitch out I did it with it on top there, and the results are like night and day. It's, you know, it makes it plump, plush, stick out, like you can see it from, I was about to say a mile away, but that's a little dramatic, but you can see it, and it makes any project, it gives it character, in my opinion. When I'm down to the last like 100 stitches, I like to watch the number go down. It's like a countdown. All right.
And I think your bobbin is going to make it. I mean, I've got my fingers crossed because you're not quite finished, but.
And I'm still holding the other one.
Oh, that's funny. So all of you watching, even though we're live in the comments today and not bringing them up, feel free to ask your questions, leave comments, because we will be in there. And we always love to hear what you're working on as well.
Oh, this is coming together so nice. I cannot wait to show you all. Like, I'm sitting here. I'm literally right outside of the screen, out of the view, like this, ready. Oh, we're done. Okay, so let's see. Can I change first? I know the suspense is killing you all, but if I put this down, I'm telling you, I'm just going to switch this out really quickly.
Everyone's like, where does the bobbin even go in that? So,
oh, let me show you.
Yeah, this could be an even extra lesson that nobody even knew about.
I know. So right underneath, well, this is a twofer because, well, when that's back a little bit, let's see. I can just take that off to the side. So this hoop just pops off right, just like that. I'm using, it's a little bit of a little lever right here that allows it to pop up. Okay. And then right underneath is where you find your bobbin that comes out. Where you all at? Right there. And then stick it right back in and close the little case.
That's pretty easy.
Perfect. All right. Now this is what you really wanted to see though. Put that back on there. And take it off. And show you the water soluble. So you see that it's just like a clear film. That's all it is. And it goes over top of it. To get it off, you can spray it with water or you can just simply peel it.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love the colors.
And then once you're completely done, so there's going to still be some more inside. There are a couple ways that you can get it off. You can place a towel, like a damp towel on top of it and then put an iron and it'll dissolve, or you can just spray it with a water bottle.
But that's absolutely beautiful. It matches your nails.
I know. My nails are always pink. All right. So next, as promised, so let's put this back on. Nope, we probably won't need that for the beanie. So here's the beanie. Here's the beanie. I'm gonna take that out and I'll tell you why in just a moment why I had that in there. So once again, I've already marked placement. And one thing I like to do when it is folded perfectly, as if you're going to put it on your head, I like to mark my top. So I've measured out about where my butterfly is going to go. So that's going to be around where the top is going to be, the bottom of it, and then I mark my center placement, and then I also mark the center of the beanie. It's just a little thing I do. You probably could just mark one or two. Now, another thing a lot of people get confused with is once you take it and it is like this, ready to go on the machine, which way was the top? Because now this is inside out, right? So sometimes I will mark a little alphabet or arrow to tell me that this is the top. But lately what I've been doing, just so that I have another marking to get rid of once I'm done, I'll take the pin and the top of the pin head, I remember, okay, that's the top. So my design has to be facing up that way, okay? So I'm going to turn it inside out so that when I slide it on my machine like this, it'll be perfectly placed. And my stabilizer is right here. It's my no-show mesh. You can do this one of two ways. You can either slide it in, because remember, we're using these magnetic hoops, or you can start off with your stabilizer on here. When I'm using something that is closed in, like a beanie, I like to slide it down in there if I can, if it has enough room, which I do have enough room here. So you see in there, I'm going to lift up, like literally, I'm just going to take one finger and lift up my magnetic flat frame and slide it on. Okay. And then from here, grab my magnets. Make sure nothing's underneath it. And put them in place. Oh. I grabbed my scissors with them. That lets you know these are some strong magnets. Did you all see that? Like I picked up the magnet and my little scissors hitched a ride with
it. Not included, right?
All right. And then I'm just going to smooth it out. Sometimes after I get in there, I'll smooth it a little more. Now,
so while you're hooping that, you can, everyone watching can really see how easy the multi-needle is to be able to embroider something like a hat. You don't have the flat base. It can slide underneath. It just makes a world of difference. And so I know a lot of people like to do some sewing crafts to sell online. And this is why the multi-needle is a game changer for that.
Exactly. The time saved is worth its weight in gold. Let's just say that. The time saved. All right. So I'm just smoothing out. Remember, this is really stretchy and I don't want to overstretch anything. But I'm going to do the same exact thing here where I go get that design. I'm using the same exact design. This time I want to size it down. So I'm going to use the same properties with some proportional sizing down, as far down as it will go. And then I'm going to go to edit in because I remember my little pin is in there and the top of the pin head is facing the back of my machine. So that lets me know that I don't have to rotate it. I hope that doesn't confuse anybody, but if it were on this side, I would have to rotate it. So this is going to stay right side up. I'm going to edit in, and I want to put a basting box around this because this is stretchy, but I want it to hold itself into place really well. So once I put that box on it, it's going to give me different dimensions for my placement. So I'll go now and find my center. All right. And then just because I'm me, and I always have to check, and double check. Now I want to go back in and make sure that matches up with the dimensions that I marked off and showed you all. And if you can see down here on the machine, right now it's where it's showing. And keep in mind, it is now calculating with that basting box around it, not just the size of the butterfly. Okay. Now I'm going to touch OK. And I can go to embroider. And the first one that's going to come up is going to be that basting box around there. So I want to make sure that I include that color. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we did for the first butterfly where I kind of changed up my colors. Okay, but I'm only gonna do the basting box, so it's okay. Then we're gonna do 1, and then we're gonna do 5. And we're gonna do 6. There we go. All right, so I'm only gonna do that first one, which is because I'm gonna show you all the basting box on there. But I want to also put my water soluble topper.
I was just going to ask you if you're that, and I was like, I don't want to mess you up if you're not, but
yes, I do. It would mess me up more if I didn't. So I'm just going to sew it around with the basting box. I mean, with the water soluble in the basting box. All right, we're going to stop it for a moment. I'm going to cut my thread. Sometimes when that happens, you guys, all I do, obviously I'm going to back it up, but I go in and I make sure my bobbin caught long enough. Sometimes that wants to, I'll just give it a little longer of a tail. Pop it back in. Don't panic, anybody. Don't panic.
And look, you don't even have to take everything off the hoop. That's awesome.
Yes, everything is visible right there. All right. So we'll back up a couple stitches. Let's see. Or we can just go back to 0 because we already know that was our first one. So let's lock it there. And we'll start again. All right, and we're doing good. We're catching. All right, and as promised, let's see, is this far enough back where we can pull this off? I'm going to pull the whole thing off so I can show you. I want to show you the basting box around here, and then we're going to move on to our glove. So that is the box that went around it, and then inside the butterfly is going to stitch. And when we're done, it looks like that.
So cute. And it's on the right way.
It is. It's on the right way. So, and then let me tell you, this is such, do you see how big those stitches are? You literally, if you can either go from the bottom, where are we at? We can go from the back here and cut the bobbin and then just pull the black part through, or either cut the top. But it's, let me see if I can. It's really easy. If you just cut one part of it, you can pull the rest of it through. So that don't be afraid of your basting box. It's just going to hold everything down while you stitch it out.
The basting box can really be a lifesaver. I always tell everyone, if you're using a delicate fabric that you don't want extra holes in, then don't use it. But for things like this, it's great.
Yeah, like I wouldn't do it on leather or, you know, some canvases that you're going to be able to see the actual the needle marks once you're done. I would not use it on that. Okay. Now, I am going to use a very special hoop for this next thing. I have to sit down to get it hooped first. So let's see if I can angle the camera down without showing all the mess on my floor. Maybe. Oh,
we love messes.
Oh, so I have hoop. Look at this. Isn't it? Look, this is different. This is different. So this one, look, it matches up. It's E and E. I think the last one we were using was the F driver for the magnetic. So that lets you know which one you're going to be using. So I'm going to just actually go to my machine and maybe not, because I want y'all to see that part. I just realized I don't want you to miss any of the magic. So I'm going to pop this off of here while on this part. Where did my glove go? Oh, here we go. Glove. All right. Now, does this look pretty impossible to you all? I mean, it looks a little like, Alexis, I don't know. This one might be tricky. All right. So where there's a will, there's a way. I want to make sure I can get this tiny hoop size inside here, but I also want my stabilizer to be in there. So let me show you the trick that I do. I'm all about making up little tricks and hacks. I turn the glove inside out and spray it with a little bit of spray adhesive, just a little bit, just a wee bit. It may have been a little more than I wanted, but anyway. Then I'm going to take my stabilizer, and I'm just using one layer for this. I'm going to sit it right down on top of there, and it's going to hold it, okay? I'm going to have faith that it's going to hold it. Then I'm going to push my thumb here and turn it right side out. Go inside here and make sure that it stays down. Okay. Now, slide your hoop inside. Did you all see me turn it? So when I was making sure it stayed down, I pressed it on that side, but then I turned it because I've already marked my placement, okay? So now the stabilizer should be towards the top of your glove. And stay inside the camera view. Grab your glove, and grab your hoop. Open it up. And slide it on in there. And then you want to check, and double check. Make sure nothing folded over on itself. And we're good. So now we're going to take this and just press that down on there. And I'm going to do just a little bit of manipulating. Now I have a little more of a pucker there than I want, so I'm going to just pop it off real quick and start over. Just like that. Making sure my stabilizer is okay. So this one is going to be a little more delicate of a project, so sometimes you want to make sure you take a little more extra precaution. Have you ever done this, Andrew?
I have not, and I'm sitting here just watching going, this is super cool. Where has this itty bitty frame been my whole life?
Oh my gosh, I got to show you the other ones that come with it too then. Okay. I think we are.
Wow.
Good. And it's drum, you know the little sayings we have, it's drum tight. You gonna hear?
Those are some tiny gloves. You know, Alexa, I'm just thinking, I buy these by the dozen. I won't say where, but every year, and I end up losing half of them. But if I could sit there and embroider them, that'd be fun.
Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, I'm just okay. And the place where we will not say where, I will say they're on clearance right now. I looked up. So go check out some stores. Check out some stores. Okay. All right. Now let's head back up to the machine. And did I already put it on there? Nope, I did not put it on there because I wanted to show you all this part, but we're a little crooked. That's gonna drive me crazy. Okay. Now, the same screws that go with any of your other arms, like your A arm, the F arm that we just used, we're going to use those exact same screws for this. So it's going to slide right onto the back of your machine. Right into those holes. And then we'll screw them in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Unless you drop a screw. Let's see here. All right, there we go. Now, the glove, once we've put it on, where are you guys? Now I just hold, and then I'm going to open up the bottom so that it goes over my arm here. Now, if you're doing a lot of manipulating where you want to find your placement first, sometimes I will leave it so that the glove is not around the arm of the machine until I find my placement. But I don't have much real estate to work with here, so I'm just going to let the center be the center. So we're going to go back home on here and select our font. Kind of already, I chose the font last night. Let's see if I remember the number. Pretty sure it was font number 33. And then guess what name I used? My name. So my daughter can't steal my gloves. If I can remember how to spell my name. X-I-S. There we go. All right, and then I chose the smallest font. So look at the screen here. And if you can see the circle, that is going to let me know that it's going to fit inside there. Also, another little cheat sheet is going to be the other 4 hoops at the top. It shows me which ones I can stitch this design in, okay? So once we're okay with that, I'm going to touch set, and then we're back to the machine to stitch. And don't forget the water soluble stabilizer, which I think there we go. So if needed, you can do a little bit of positioning. Depending on, let's see, which way does the name go? I'm not going to rotate it because I want it to be right side. Put the water soluble stabilizer right on top there. And also you can hoop it all together, but just keep in mind, this was a little bit of a delicate process. So putting it right on top is okay. Just make sure it does not catch itself up in there. But this is a fairly big piece. We should be fine. All right, get it in. This one, we're going to go embroidery. I want to stitch it in brown. So I'm going to use that magic wand again. Go to number 6. And this one is just a 3-minute stitch out. Make sure your glove is over this part. It's stretchy, so we have plenty of room. And let's go.
I love this tutorial, and I would love to know from everybody watching, have you done this before? And did you even realize you could use a multi-needle to embroider in such itsy-bitsy spots? I'm just thinking baby clothes, doll clothes. There's so many different opportunities for this.
Well, this is stitching. There are other ones I want to show you that can fit on this one. So let me run right here.
All right, again, if you popped in late, we are live in the comments today. We won't be bringing your questions up, but feel free to ask away. Brother Social Team will be there.
All right, while that is stitching, these are the other sizes. So look how small these are. These are perfect. The sleeves right now that are popular with some of those shirts, or you can put the kids or the grandkids' names right here on the sleeve. These are perfect sizes for that. All right,
look at that.
Perfect. There's 4 of them. And they all fit. There's a little cheat sheet. It fits the E-driver.
So, Alexis, while that's stitching, could you just explain, especially for newbies on here, what is the E-drive something separate you have to get? Do you think this will come as a whole kit, or how do you think people would get this?
So this is a separate accessory that comes as a kit. So you buy the I think the name is escaping me. I think this one is the monogram kit, if I'm not mistaken. But you visit your local dealer, and you get the kit. It comes with the driver piece all with it, and then you just switch out whichever hoop.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, so this right here, same thing with that F driver. You just pull that little lever up and pull it out. I'm going to get dubbed the accessory girl because every time I hop on here, I'm always using my favorite accessories.
Hey, that's all right. We like to see the extra accessories.
Yeah, and they always have magnets in them, so. All right, just that fast. This one is done.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. How quick and easy.
And then the same thing with the water soluble, just pull it right on off. I got a little loop there. I'll just push that through or either trim it with my snips, pop it off. And you can turn your glove inside out. Uh-oh. forgot to, I was putting the glove down and not the hoop. But you just trim that when you're done. Put your gloves on. Where's my other one?
Oh, these are so cute.
It's so nice to meet you. My name is Alexis.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, so what name are you going to put on your gloves? That's the question of the day. Those are really cute.
Oh, wait, I got to get the whole thing going here. Where's the rest of my project? Hold on.
Dropped on the floor. We don't know.
I got a model here for us. Hold on. Wait. This is going to be hilarious. Hold on. You know, I'm all for a good time, right?
Oh, yeah, we're ready for this. It's probably like 80 degrees and you're going to be putting a scarf on. Where are you anyways? In what part of the world?
Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, well, it's not too cold there right now. Look at this.
Well, let's see which camera view is going to be best for me to look silly with you all.
Oh, I look at that hat.
This is the hat. This is the scarf.
Oh, how precious.
Shoulder. This is
I don't know. I am loving that butterfly design, but I got to say, those gloves are pretty darn cute. I could think of so many tiny designs that could go on those gloves.
I feel like I have to stand here like this now.
Well, your daughter might snab the hat and the scarf, but I think the gloves are yours for sure.
The gloves are mine. I'm going to switch back to my front camera.
All right. Well, she's switching. So again, we are live in the chat today. So ask away if we can help you with anything. Brother Social Team will be on there. This has been a fantastic tutorial. And as you know, a lot of you keep begging for the multi-needle to show up here. And Alexis delivered, for sure.
I am still here with all of my merch on.
I love it. I love it. Look at how cute you are. Let me bring you up by yourself so they can get details of, look at that hat. Oh, yeah. So if you make this, don't forget to use hashtag Brother Sews, hashtag Brother Scan and Cut. Love the outfit. I think I'm just thinking this is going to make great gifts. A lot of birthdays coming up.
Yes. And I'm just thinking right now of how I'm going to stage it when I take my picture for, to post it on my social media. I think everything you make should go on your social media to show the world what you do, right?
Yes. So by the way, Alexis, I always tell everyone to hit hashtag Brother Sews, hashtag Brother Scan and Cut, hashtag Angela Wolf. How can they find you on social?
I am So Sweet Academy everywhere. So that's SEW Sweet Academy, SWEET, then the word Academy.
Yeah, it's not that SWEAT. You're not sweating today, so you're good.
I get the most random. So I know usually when someone's calling me and they don't know who I am, it's like a cold call. They say, Sue Sweet. I'm like, it's so.
So sweet. So I actually have her website scrolling below. You can see Brother Sews, or you can go to brother-usa.com. You've got my website, angelawolf.com. If you want to see the whole schedule coming up, just go there on my website and click on classes and events. And I've got the whole live schedule, and the replay of Alexis from YouTube on Brother will be on there as well. So I think I covered everything, except don't forget to stop by the Brother blog. They've got some new stuff on there, so you might want to check that out. So Alexis, this has been a fabulous tutorial. The 6 needle, you knocked it out of the park, and I love those accessories.
Yes, I'm going to have to take the scarf off because I feel myself getting warm.
Now it is going to be So Sweating Academy.
Right.
All right, until next time, it's so nice to see you, Alexis and Brother. Thank you for letting us take over your page at your site virtually. We love it. Until next time, everyone.